Alright, I'm going to talk about Ken Medicine Ken right now. I'm going to talk as long as I can. I really want you to get an understanding of what Ken Medicine Ken is. I have it on the internet, kenmedicineken.com. It's, for the most part, a jumble of words, and that jumble, from the core of it, are words put together that don't really translate into proper English to say. They're words that come from somewhere where people could talk all they want and they could get their point across, but when it comes to this jumble of words, I do believe there's a lot to be found in that. Okay, so there's different parts of the brain, they all work a certain way. When we speak these words that don't translate into proper English, there's a lot there, because then we can investigate these words relating to parts of the brain. So let me give, for example, 4 words off the top of my head. Ken, hope, certainly, muscle. Alright, so I got 4 words. And then I could rearrange those words. I could do muscle, Ken, hope, certainly. Now these are words that I just expressed, it just came out. And for the most part, that's really what kenmedicineken.com is for. It's for words to come out that could express so much in so many different ways. And when you take these words and they're coming from people who have an illness, have a medical problem, that need medicine rather, and it could come from these people who want to get their point across on a question and answer basis. It doesn't really matter as far as this goes. But when we can investigate these parts of a desperation, because what they're going through with their words, if we can investigate where their hope is, where their certainty is, where their lifestyle is, where they live every day, considering their environment, people they talk to, the way their life kind of works in regards to, well, this is what they're going through, they muster up these words, and the words come from somewhere inside of them. And the jumble could be 1,000,000 words, it could be 100 words, it could be 10 words. But when the medicine industry can then in turn research where these insight and words from the core are coming from, then in turn they can investigate the neural system, parts of the brain, even the muscle if they really want to. And I do believe in individual medicine. I believe this. I believe medicine came a long way throughout history, and when we started producing so much medicine improvements, and we had to do it in desperation in some ways when cancer came up, so there's so much more better cancer medicine, and we had to look at massive amounts of people to help and assist, like AIDS, HIV. We had to help and assist so many masses of people, and it was an emergency. Okay, and that's a lot of how medicine gets done. And then there's patent holders who have these important patents, and they all come together and they make these important decisions, because when it comes down to medicine, there's a level of relativity with that. So you take one patent, A, you take another patent, B, and you take another patent, C, you mesh them all together, you get a package of ABC. And there's relative to that. So when you have EFG, A is kind of coordinated in that if E is relative to A. So when cancer came to attention, and cancer is from the beginning of time, and we did get somewhere with that, now we had to help out so many people that we looked at that medicine industry and we said, well, this is the amount of people we could save, let's go ahead and do that. So we've come this far with medicine. Now with individual medicine, the medicine industry is a little bit different. And for those nobody really knows a lot of it, but there's different parts and segments of the medicine industry. You have a pharmaceutical business. You have research and development. You have a manufacturing business. You have even the actual hospital, okay, with medicine. So there's all different types of the business in medicine. And when it comes down to presenting individual medicine, I think right now in time, 2016 here, tomorrow's the beginning of September, I think it's time now to introduce individual medicine. And I know the pharmacist could handle that business. I know, you know what, find me if anything, but Rite Aid is a great business. They have so much outlook on presenting so many customers. You take a business like another one like CVS. CVS is a fantastic business. Okay, they're retail and they're pharmacist. They have so many customers already, and for them to turn and give individual medicine, they certainly can. They have so many options. But a really good part of the pharmaceutical business too is that local mom and pop pharmacists too. They do as much as they can. They could go in there and they could really focus on however they like. If they want to focus on Aunt Betty because she's a populous woman in town, they can. And that's fine. The mom and pop pharmacists are awesome. So, individual medicine. And when it comes down to Ken Medicine Ken, I consider it a medicine network, okay? And throughout the world. So when some people come up with these words, in turn, there's so many patents out there already that it's a good way to grow and it's a good way to start, okay? So there's also in medicine a neutral chemical that could handle a lot of balance. There's also different ways to grow when it comes to a patent holder. If he wants to take on a new medicine, he could grow a certain way and he could allocate his money, his profits, his business, and his time frame. And forget about the trial stuff too. I don't want to get into trials. Trials is a big mess, like the donation business. They could have all the trials they want. They could say it's cured. Let's not even talk about trials. Let's skip the trials so there's no risk to anything, and let's just, do what we need to do. But for Ken Medicine Ken, see, a patent holder A could go patent holder B and patent holder C, then they know what they got, and they see a lot of certainty, and they see it produces, and they see there's little risk to them, and that's a good start. So when it comes to Ken Medicine Ken and the hope of it going out there, it is a start. And it won't end. It won't end. I understand. It sounds simple. Why don't we help people out all the time? I think a lot has to do with medicine came so far and helped so many people. And there had to be a focus. There was alarming rates of people getting sick and ill, and we had to save them. But now I think we're at a time our financial markets are doing extremely well. Our country here, we're a big leader in the world, also in medicine. Now we have a country department called Brain Initiative. It monitors chemicals in the body, better relationships with pharmaceutical companies. That came out a few years ago. I was a big advocate for that, as far as I'm concerned. I saw the importance in it. I wrote for it in an email, 2008, 2010. I was so happy when I got that news. I really find it's important because not too many people will agree with Brain Initiative because it's a public department, but we all need referees. We could go in the Olympics, we could play our sports in our country, but there's always a referee, and we need that referee. I understand the FDA, however, the FDA, it's garbage. We need better deals. But when it comes to regulation with Brain Initiative, that's a good referee. That's high-tech computer technology, monitoring the body, monitoring so much. And that's a department. It's not like the FDA where they could go and make deals with these companies and then there's like a million companies. that the FDA has to make deals with. But when it comes to Brain Initiative, they're kind of like an umbrella, and they see cut and dry of really the sum without making too many deals. Now, when it comes to making deals with pharmaceutical companies or more research and development and trials, forget about it. But they have to come to agreements, and they have to grow and start from there. So it's a complete mess. It's a disaster. So I certainly believe in starting somewhere. Can medicine can. Now, these words can come from patients. They could come from children. They could come from normal people. They could come from professionals. They come from all walks of life. All right. We need to include all walks of life. Even animals. Animals take medicine. And there's so much relative to this chemical, and an animal could take a chemical as well as a human can. So we need to include animals also. I'll draw the line somewhere. The plants, with the chemicals, if you want to, you can. I don't even care. But there's so many factors too. I honestly believe the world is really messed up due to chemicals in the brain, and I would support Brain Initiative to say that's another reason why we need Brain Initiative to be a referee in the medicine industry. There's so many problems, and we're all looked after, you know. But as far as it goes, Can Medicine Can is excellent, and there's so much opportunity. And you could go on the site, you could check it out, you could come up with your own jumble, please do. And as far as including everyone in the world, see, sometimes there's people in the world that aren't recognized by our country because they sit in their house all day long and go to the grocery store once a week. They don't talk to anyone, and no one knows who they really are. They don't really participate. And I'll prove my point, and I'll get to this example. When somebody is homeless, they are so out of society. First of all, they live on the street. They don't live in a home. They eat whatever they can eat. They're eating your leftovers from the garbage. They don't take a shower. They don't feel the way you feel when you wake up in the morning and you take your shower, or at nighttime. They don't have that feeling. When they eat the food, they're eating anything they can get, all right? They're not filling up their belly on dessert because dessert is a good cap, or they're not having a cup of coffee after their favorite meal. And when you have your favorite meal, it takes you to another place. They don't talk to their boss, their employer. They don't write an email. But more importantly, they don't check in on the news to keep you involved and keep you in the world. So they're so out of society, all right? And they're people, though. And they're people that should be included in so much. And if you do live in a house and nobody really knows what the heck goes on, you're included too. You know, you live in this world. And when we don't include people, all people with medicine, there could be a little bit of a problem. And okay, so we have side effects in the medicine industry, but to get somewhere, we need to include everyone. Okay, because the homeless person, the person who doesn't leave their house and they only leave their house once a week, they need to be included. Those lives count, and they have a brain. They have chemicals in their brain, and so when someone's going through a tough time, and you know they need medicine, they're a person, or they're a cat or a dog or an animal, and the brain works full in, like, it's all of the qualities of the brain that works together. And when it comes to the medicine industry with Can Medicine Can, is the way I see it, see, everyone's brain is for the most part is all similar. and it's all the same in different parts of it. And when it comes to the medicine producing in a great way, excuse me. When it comes to Ken Medicine Ken and the excuse me, I sneezed a lot. When it comes to Ken Medicine Ken and producing in the most best efficient way, the brain is real. It will really work. The medicine really will work better when it comes to including the actual core of how we're all made up. To include a full complete nervous system, how the brain works and how the body works, and even we carry on every day. So I believe the best way to produce so much medicine, opportunity, and cure, is to include everyone that's in this world. And individual medicine is a part of that too. But I believe including everyone will really get down to so much opportunity and develop and different ways to help so much of the medicine industry. So that's a lot of it. But when you take these words, remember, there's different parts of the brain and how it works. And we have so much information on that already. So there's muscle included, there's chemicals included, there's all different types of stuff, But at least we have some words to go on that can relate to how the medicine in turn can help your body. And, I'm not going to sit here and make pills all day either. So an introduction is just good for me. I'm not going to go to a hospital and say, well, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. I'm just introducing for other people to go out there and make some money and some good opportunity. And, I think it's great. And I'll be honest, I was inspired to do so much. All right. So thank you. And that's about it. Now, if you have a problem going on in medicine, my advice is and the medicine isn't really working for you, I suggest looking at Ken Medicine Ken and try to find a way, honestly, in you. And then go to your doctor and say, this makes total sense. What the heck are you doing? Leave a comment too. Contact us. Leave a comment on the site if that's all you got going. Say, write an email. Write an email to team6or7 at kenmedicineken.com if you're going through a tough time, the medicine's not working. Say as much as you can, and leave your doctor's address or phone number. Might get kicked back the email. Maybe we could figure out some way to help you out. Go to your supermarket and, I don't know, look at the newspapers. If you're having a tough time, get involved. Look at the local news. Put your TV on and watch news, And then in turn, you get a little bit smarter, and hopefully you can have a better way. Not trying to be tough or anything, but sometimes when you're more involved, maybe things open up a little bit better. Maybe sometimes maybe God gives us a tough time because He wants us to do more. I'll use this as an example. Lance Armstrong had cancer. He beat cancer because the medicine worked, obviously. But that medicine, he's a tough guy. So the medicine was obviously good for him. And maybe the medicine was just good for him, and it's tough, and maybe God wanted him to go through this tough time and to highlight for other people that, well, he beat it, so a lot of other people can beat it. But I believe it was in him that the medicine worked. He's a really tough guy, and I believed he got the medicine that he deserved. So, I don't know, there's a lot of signs out there. So if you're going through a tough time, go to the supermarket. Maybe you pick up a box that you like, a can that you like, or fresh fruit, and maybe you look at it a different way, and maybe that'll help you out. But if you're going through a tough time, try to get involved. Try to be part of society, and definitely go on kenmedicineken.com, check it out, leave a comment. The team monitors it. Maybe we could get back to you individually. Maybe we could produce something out. Maybe I'll go on there, I'll produce something to give a little bit more insight. You could tell your doctor about Ken Medicine Ken. You could talk about individual medicine. You could talk about, I know some people check themselves into a mental ward because they think they're going to die, and they think the mental ward could help them out a little bit if they could talk freely and look for that cure. People, you have freedom. You can do anything you want, to tell you the truth. So, I don't know. Ken Medicine Ken to me is great. I know Valerie Harper, I was watching the Today Show, and she only had 3 or 4 months to live. And I'm not going to say as much as I want to say about it, but she only had 3 or 4 months to live. And she's still alive, she's living. And that was 2012, 2013, 2014. She's a tough woman, too, from what I understand. Alright, I'll tell the story. I don't care. I'm going to smoke, too. I saw that she only had 3 or 4 months to live, Valerie Harper. So, I have a tough life going on. Alright. And I sing. And I sing pretty good. So, I was in the car, and I was singing, and I was thinking about Valerie Harper so much, every day, all the time. She only had 3 or 4 months to live, and I didn't want to see that. So I start singing. While I'm singing, I got like a little chill kind of feeling. And I'm thinking, wow, chills are nothing but good. So I'm in the car, and then I can do this. I focus on part of my brain, and the chills are there. So, chills are a good thing. I mean, how could it be bad? So then I look at that, and then I focus on that. It gets more in depth. Like, it was kind of like a bubble, and the chills were in that bubble, and then I focused more, and then there was more of a focus on the chill, but in a smaller kind of area of the brain. So then I had that feeling. I brought the feeling down through my spine because it's the nervous system, and I honestly thought that would help. So I stayed with the chill feeling in the brain for a while, and then I'm like, I gotta seal the deal on this. It might not make sense to anybody, but shit, it worked fine for me. I was happy, I did what I did. I don't care. I don't have any, I do have a ton of medical problems, but I'm fine. I know the reason for it anyway. So, I bring the feeling down to my nervous system, and I felt the chills in my brain, and then the same relative feeling went down my spine in the nervous system. So that's how I figured I sealed the deal with that. And to me it made sense because the chills is nothing but good. I had Valerie Harper on my mind for so long, and it just makes me feel better that she's still alive. And to me, you could say all the prayers, it does help, but it really bothered me. She only had 3-4 months to live, so I said, you know what, let me do this. It came out of nowhere too for me to try and do it, but I'm happy I did. I feel like, you guys, anyone could say, well, maybe it did work to help Valerie Harper. I don't care if it did or not. She's still alive, and to me, she'll be alive a long time. So I don't suggest doing it. My life is terrible. I got no money in my pocket. My life is tough. I got no more to smoke after this for tonight. Got to sell a bus ticket to get a smoke for the rest of the night. So, however, so that's it. Ken Medicine Ken, great site. Do a word jumble. Leave 10 words. Leave 100 words. Muster up all the words you can. And if you're going through a tough time, no, medicine always gets a little bit better. Every doctor out there, and they want to do the best they can, and medicine goes, and there's always improvement. So just try to find your hope somewhere. My advice is try to be in tune somewhere. Try to focus on something. I don't care if you're going through a tough time and want to watch cartoons the rest of your life. Watch cartoons. If you want to pick up the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, do that. Watch the news. If you want to drink all the coffee you could drink, do that. Do whatever you like. Go to Ken Medicine Ken. Leave a jumble of words that you come up from inside and somewhere in you, and start there. Hopefully we'll get in touch with you. Team 6 or 7 at kenmedicineken.com. If you get a kickback, just go on the site, leave a word jumble, and people always want to help. So tell your doctor too you like Ken Medicine Ken. Maybe he'll get a contact. I don't know what to tell you. So that's it. I wanted to talk about Ken Medicine Ken. I'm so proud of it. I love here at View Proposal too. View Proposal is awesome. Viewproposal.com. I built it. I want VIP people to start talking. I want full-time posters, people doing the same thing that I'm doing. I want them presenting the average people, great qualities. I want a lot of different nationalities in what I got going on. I want people to make part-time money. I want them to go out there, put an extra 15, 12, 14 bucks an hour in their pocket more. I want people to work in this country. If life is too tough, tell you the truth, you can't make a part-time job and do View Proposal part-time work, then start the way I did. Put up a site. It takes like 10 minutes. I love the opportunities. There's a lot of companies out there that can help you put up a website without that much money. Present it and find a way to make money with it. And you won't have to, maybe you only get $100 a month, maybe you'll get $200 a month, but at least it could help you out. Go on the internet, find different ways for producing a site. I know advertising is a great way to make money. I know you could maybe get a sponsor to help you out. Maybe they'll give you a couple $100 a month or a yearly price if you do some business with them. There's plenty of people who make YouTube videos. There's plenty of those people who have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their pockets. There's tons of ways to make money. If you want to follow up with Ken Medicine Ken, certainly do. You want to build a site. You want to post there. You want to be involved somewhere. You could write articles too. You can do whatever you like to do. It's freedom. You're allowed to. A lot of other countries are getting freedom too. It's pretty cool. So that's it. Ken Medicine Ken. Thank you so much, and definitely make money, definitely stay alive, definitely do the best you can, and always try. You're going through a tough time, just keep on trying. The video's 30 minutes. This will be my longest video. I'm really proud of it. Ken Medicine Ken, it's great. A lot of great things going on. To me, I was all inspired by Erin Burnett, CNN out front. I don't know what the heck happened to me. I see her on TV. I start thinking so much. I start producing so much. And then here I am 3 years later, 10 years later, however, and something like that. And I feel like I could do anything. I feel like there's so much in me, So God bless you, Aaron Burnett from CNN out front. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. And thanks.